Okay, we have our bobbin all wound, and it's kind of full. We didn't actually wind it. We just took another bobbin, didn't we?
Exactly. Okay, so what we've got here is, because of the fact that we're not going to be turning anything down or anything, so what we did is we have just laid our ribbon down here, raw edge going downward, and we've just top stitched it right here.
Back and forth.
Yeah, back and forth. It's secure, real secure.
Yeah,
okay.
because I mean, there might be 25 pounds of goodies in this thing on Christmas morning.
Or a bunch of coals.
Or a bunch of coals. If it was me, girl.
Okay, so anyway, so now we've secured the ribbon and all, and this is a good way to get, you don't even have to use that wide of a ribbon. We just used it because it was pretty green and all, but any of that, and that little narrow ribbon you have that you have no use for, use it there, because all you need to do is put it on the hook. Now here, I went on and this extra lace and like that, I'm just going to go ahead and trim it down. You don't really have to.
Yeah, we might as well. It's right up there at the top. I like that.
But
now we did have a little trouble down there on the toe
that's
that
true.
we discovered. Let's see.
So once we've sewed this, now you want to go back and check to see if you caught all the layers. Okay. And of course on this side, this is the side I sewed on. Of course I did. But the true tail, and that's what is so good about using white or cream thread. Now you're going to be able to see if you caught all the felt, which we did right here, good. Or if your machine is stitching good, maybe your machine is messed up and like that and all. So all this was good, but then right here, I went right here to the edge. Well, as soon as you put something in this stocking, it's going to pull out. So all you're going to do, you're not going to take anything out.
We don't even have to get best friend out, do we?
No, you sure don't have to get best friend out.
She's going to get lonely on this project.
Okay. And so then what I do is I just go over here and make my stocking a little bit smaller. No big deal. And of course I didn't back stitch because I went over my stitches. And so all I'm doing...
That's definitely secure. And we're not going to take anything out, so it's actually probably more secure.
And then I just went on over and ran over the same stitches.
And that won't come out either, so
there
we
you
don't
go.
have to do
So
back stitching
now,
or anything.
Right here.
Look
And
at
it
that.
didn't matter. You don't have to cut anything off or anything. Really, by leaving your little bit of felt that you had extra, it's just going to give it a little bit of weight at the bottom and body.
Now we do want to do a little bit of clipping here, right?
True, that's true. Okay.
That way when it turns, it won't be pulling so much right there.
And remember, when you clip, that's why you really need sharp scissors. And then you just clip all the way to the white thread.
And preferably don't clip the white thread.
No, and if you do, then you have to re-sew over it.
And you'll do like we just did.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so this is a big reveal, right? The stocking's
Exactly.
done.
We don't know
Other
what
than it would need to be pressed by somebody. In our case, those of you who are watching this video because you're helping us do the stockings for Grace Klein 2019 Christmas, Grace Klein will be finding some amazing, talented people who know how to run an iron, and we'll be letting them do the pressing. We are going to do our best to make 200 stockings between now and I think early December 3rd or something like that. Okay, look at that, it's beautiful.
So all I did was use my fingers and went inside, and just pushed it out.
Nice.
And everything is secure.
It is. It looks wonderful. It really does look like an heirloom stocking, but we would have done some other techniques if we were actually making it be an heirloom and probably not felt on the back. But for what we're doing, we went right in the middle of the road, didn't we?
Exactly. Well, we can make more stockings, by that.
Exactly. And we did not put the lace around both sides because then we got twice as many more stockings by just putting it only on the front. All right, so now let's show what can happen when we're doing a cuff like this stocking has. We're going to have to attach the cuff to the stocking. And let's just show how important the process of stitching. So I'm going to show you here. I'm zooming in on the size of this seam, okay? And this seam. Now let's look at the cuff. And I'm just going to warn the viewers, I did this on purpose. That's the story, I'm sticking to it also. So see how the green was a much smaller seam allowance than the black. And look what happens. If we were going to try to attach these two seams together, or these two
raw edges, maybe.
Yeah, the two raw edges together, we're going to have a little problem, aren't we? The one is a lot bigger than the other. So what yesterday I was testing the process of doing these. What I came to decide I would do is, once I sew the cuff first, if I'm doing the cuff version, I sew the cuff first, then I lay the cuff on my stocking and put a pin to mark. I want this seam to be exactly where, to match up. Now this would have been, I would have put a pin here, and I would have put a pin right here. And that gives me a steering location. I'm going to start on that pin, and then whatever I do along the path isn't going to affect anything until I get up here, and then I'm going to steer toward that final pin. If I do that, I know that this will match this, and I don't have to stop and remeasure again. But I wanted to show you that if your seams are not consistent, or actually even in the cutting, whoever's cutting these may not be using the same accuracy with the pattern as the person cutting the stockings. There's lots of opportunities for trouble to happen. We aren't going to worry about that. We're just going to, as a sewer, make sure that we've helped ourselves get these to be the same so that we aren't having to remediate. What we're going to do now, though, Claire's going to show us, she's going to mark where the seam needs to be, and then she's going to just put it on the sewing machine, and she will make a new seam only on that side.